I used to think nights didn't really matter. Like, as long as I got some sleep, I'd be fine the next day, right? Yeah, well, that mindset almost turned me into a zombie version of myself. There was this phase where my nights were just chaos. I'd climb into bed scrolling on my phone, telling myself just one more video, while the screen blasted my face with blue light. And of course, I'd end up spiraling through TikToks or comparing my life to someone else's perfect routine. By the time I put my phone down, my nervous system felt like it had just run a marathon. No wonder I wasn't sleeping. And it wasn't just the phone. Sometimes I'd squeeze in late nights studying or answer emails at midnight because I convinced myself it was productive. But honestly, it only left me wired, anxious, and thinking about work when I was supposed to be resting. Then there were the nights when I'd eat random snacks out of boredom, chips, leftover pasta, whatever was closest. It felt comforting in the moment, but going to bed with my stomach doing gymnastics was not the vibe. And oh, the overthinking. Lying there, replaying conversations, imagining worst-case scenarios, planning the next 2 years of my life at 2 a.m., like it was an emergency board meeting. It's wild how your brain becomes a stand-up comedian and a villain at the same time when the lights go off. Some nights I'd even try to relax by binge-watching shows until the next episode autoplayed. I'd tell myself, I need to unwind, but a cliffhanger at 1 a.m. is not relaxing. All it did was cut my sleep short and leave me exhausted, irritated, and completely unproductive the next day. And for the longest time, I didn't realize how these tiny, almost harmless habits were ruining my sleep, and honestly, ruining my mornings too. I'd wake up tired, rushed, stressed, and already behind before the day even started. But eventually, I reached a point where I was like, okay, this is not sustainable, something has to change. So I experimented. I tried different routines, different rituals, different ways of shutting my brain off. And little by little, I built a night routine that genuinely changed my life. The biggest thing I started doing was keeping my phone far away from my bed, like across the room or in another room completely. It was uncomfortable at first, like I had phantom limb syndrome from my phone, but I swear my sleep improved instantly. My mind finally had silence. I also cut out screen time at least 30 minutes before bed. No shows, no doom scrolling, no quick check of the group chat. Instead, I'd let my brain actually wind down instead of getting overstimulated right before sleep. Another game changer was dealing with stress earlier in the evening. I started walking outside after dinner or doing some light exercise. Nothing crazy, just enough to let my body release all the pent-up tension from the day. It made a huge difference. My mind stopped dragging the day into the night with me. And I got way better at catching negative thoughts before they spiraled. If my brain started listing worries, I'd jot them down in a tiny notebook. It's like telling my mind, I'll deal with this tomorrow. You can relax now. And it actually listens. I also started doing a quick room reset, like a 2-minute cleanup before bed. Just clearing my desk, putting stuff back where it belongs. It sounds tiny, but waking up to a room that isn't chaotic makes you instantly feel more in control. Reading 1 or 2 pages became my go-to replacement for screen time. It doesn't even matter what the book is. It just slows everything down and tells your brain, hey, we're landing the plane now. And honestly, creating a consistent sleep schedule, going to bed around the same time, changed everything. I never realized how much my body craved stability until I actually gave it some. The craziest part is, all these tiny habits started stacking up. I was sleeping deeper, waking up easier, feeling more energized, more focused, and more positive without even trying. My mornings stopped feeling like I was dragging myself through wet cement. I stopped waking up exhausted and stressed. And the productivity boost? Wild. I finally felt like I was working with my body instead of fighting against it. So yeah, changing your night routine isn't glamorous. It's not an aesthetic Pinterest board. It's just choosing habits that help your body reset instead of sabotage itself. And if you're in that phase where nights feel chaotic or your brain won't shut off, trust me, you're not broken. You just need a routine that supports you instead of drains you. Start with one habit, just one, then build from there. Your mornings and your life will feel completely different.